Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Thursday morning Mind the Moment session brought to you by Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare. And as you all know, this is a place where we invite experienced mindfulness instructors to talk with us about mindfulness, what it means to them, and to also process as a community how we can incorporate these practices into our daily lives. So I am Suzanne Rowe Palacino, and I'm very happy to be here again with Tara Healey, founder and director of Harvard Pilgrim's Mindfulness Program. Good morning, Tara.
Good morning, Suzanne. Good morning and welcome, everyone.
Yes, welcome, welcome. And to this sunny morning in Boston, wherever you are, I hope it's sunny there as well. So this month, the month of May is, we have a theme as a lot of you may know, and this month it's Mix It Up. And if you think about that, we can think about that in relation to a lot of different things and how we can look at our routines and doing things a little bit differently. So that's what we'll be practicing on this morning, and what Tara will be discussing with us this morning. So she'll start us off with a question, and then she'll lead us in a guided practice related to that theme. And then after that, we'll have time for some discussion, questions and answers. And if you want to go to the bottom of your screen and click on the chat, you can go ahead and see the comments as they come in. And if you click on the drop-down menu that says panelists and attendees, you'll have a chance to see all of the comments and questions as they come in real time. So there we are. Tara, what would you like to start with this morning?
Yeah. So, Suzanne, we were talking earlier about the theme being Mix It Up. And I was, a couple weeks ago, the Connecticut Forum, they do these events, I think it's quarterly, where they bring in speakers. And Laurie Santos, who's a professor at Yale, and she teaches a course on happiness that is by far one of the most popular courses that they offer. And she's also offered it free. But I was interested in what she had to say about happiness, but there were two things that sort of stood out to me. One is the various routines that we do on a daily basis and finding meaning in those routines, finding those routines meaningful or, in some way comforting. Like that's one of the things that her research is showing brings happiness. And the other thing is trying new things. And so I thought it was interesting that our theme this month is Mix It Up, because it's like the idea that you could take a routine and maybe do a slight twist on that, do something a little bit different related to that. But my question this morning for everyone is, what is something that you do on a day-to-day basis that you look forward to? That is a routine that's a part of your life that brings you some joy, some comfort, some relaxation, some ease. What is just a standard part of your day? And as everybody's thinking, I want to actually start with you, Suzanne. We could each say a little bit to give folks time to put in the chat what they're thinking. So is there a routine or something that you do daily that you look forward to?
Yeah, after I make my coffee in the morning, I sit down on my couch near a window next to my dog, and I just sit and drink my coffee next to it. Yeah, so it's just, I just take in, a lot of people might be walking by in the morning. I just take in the what's going on outside.
Yeah, that's so nice. So, well, since the pandemic, doing a morning run has become a very consistent thing. I pretty much, and not, I don't do distance running. So I do short running, usually like 2 or 3 miles. And I do that every single day. And I do it in the morning. And that's been really great. Yeah. So, let's see what folks are saying.
So afternoon cup of tea every day, walking outside, daily mass, making a morning coffee, walking outside, guided meditation after lunch with my dog, and calm. A lot of walking outside.
Walking, rising at dawn to walk the ocean for miles.
Nice. Wonderful.
Putting the dishes away intentionally. Yeah, I was saying to Suzanne, like one of my mother's things that she has always loved to do is fold laundry, right? So it's in that category. There, I think qualitatively, the difference between being lost and doing something and being present is a really interesting thing to pay attention to. So qualitatively, what's the difference between being there and doing it and being lost in thought while you're doing something? Walking and coffee. Yeah. Can I add coffee to the list?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a nice thing for sure.
definitely.
All right. So let's move into our guided practice, and it'll be as usual, just lightly guided, and you can think about what's an anchor that's going to serve you best, that your attention can track most easily this morning. So it could be, as you breathe, where in the body is that sensation strongest? And each time the mind wanders, you just bring it back to that particular place. Track the sensations of the breath in, track the sensations of the breath out. Mind goes off, come back. Or it could be, palms of hands resting on the top of the thighs, or a points of contact with the body and the surface. Could be a sound that is, it doesn't matter what it is. What matters is the quality of awareness you're able to bring to that particular thing. Selecting an anchor, and we'll do a concentration practice, and then we'll open it up for conversation. All right. So settle in to a posture that feels like it'll serve you best this morning. And as always, eyes can be open or closed. And if you decide to keep the eyes open, you want to gaze downward a little bit. Otherwise, if it feels okay, allowing the eyes to close. So whatever feels most comfortable for you. Surrendering your weight into the support of the surface. So whether you're standing or seated, see if you can surrender into the support of the earth, feeling held by the earth below you, and noticing the points of contact, either along the soles of the feet or the back of the body. And allowing for a straight but not stiff spine. Careful not to lean back too much, but allow yourself, hold yourself upright without leaning back. That's going to contribute to staying alert. And let's begin by letting go of all that has happened so far today, and releasing anticipation of what's to come. So bringing the mind and the body together in this moment. With a wide angle lens of attention over the whole body, just simply aware of the physical expression from the activity or movement of your morning so far. What's the body offering at the level of sensation? So pulsing, vibration, perhaps temperature, the beat of the heart. What are you aware of? And finally, take a couple deep breaths on your own as a way to settle in and settle any surface tension. See if you can make the exhalation double the length of the inhalation. And just allow the breath to return to its own natural rhythm, whatever that is. The body knows how to regulate the breath. See if you can find what is going to be a useful anchor for you this morning, something that can serve as an anchor for the wandering mind. Remember, we're not trying to stop thought. We're just simply seeing that when we've engaged in a memory or planning, just can say, oh, thinking, release, and then return to whatever is going to serve you best as an anchor. So, breath sensation or other body sensation or even sound. Noticing where the mind is, releasing memory, a story, reconnecting with breath sensation or other body sensation or sound. Noticing where the mind is. A soft mental note, thinking, gently escorting the attention back to the anchor you're using this morning. And noticing where the mind is, returning to your anchor. And as we bring this meditation to a close, may we be peaceful and at ease. May our heart be soft and open. May we be safe and protected, and our body healthy and strong. And for all of those known and unknown to us, may they be peaceful and at ease. May their heart be soft and open. May they be safe and protected, and their bodies healthy and strong. And may the merit of our practice be for the benefit of all beings everywhere. And as you feel ready, if your eyes were closed, you can open your eyes. If they were open, maybe taking, if they were open or closed, taking a little stretch and reconnecting.
Thank you, Kara.
Yeah.
As I started to think about routines and mixing things up, I wondered, I was kind of pondering what types of things I could maybe mix up.
Yeah.
And I wonder if folks have any thoughts on that as to what things they might do differently, or maybe, engaging themselves in a different way. I know I found during the last year, during the lockdown, that I was going on my walks. I would go to pick particular places where there wouldn't be as many people. But now, as we're reconnecting and opening a little bit more, I think I'm going to be doing a few different places to walk, just to mix things up a little bit.
Yeah. And Suzanne, you also, when we were talking about this earlier, talked about like, if your practice is always a sitting meditation practice, then maybe you start to integrate walking, or there's a day where you don't sit, but you do a walking practice, so that you're mixing the modalities up a little bit.
Yeah. And even, if you're used to sitting silently, maybe going on Insight Timer and doing a guided practice, or
yes. Yeah. Planning a trip, meeting with friends, taking a different route on the run. I do a number of things, but make sure I do it at different times and in different ways. Yeah. Wow, this is great. I mean, there's a lot coming in. I think, we're at this point where it feels, sort of hopeful and kind of exciting, that we can, it's like mixed with this little bit of caution and, so I think it provides a lot of opportunity. Yeah.
Someone mentioned flower arranging has been making them feel happy.
Really nice. Yeah.
Try a new flavor of ice cream. That, when someone mentioned planning a trip, I think that's just something small, going to driving for 45 minutes or an hour to a different park or something like that. I agree that I think we've all gotten into a point where we feel like we're maybe stuck in a routine after stuck in our homes. So
I agree. It's funny, somebody's mentioning like changing up the decor, like moving furniture. I've been doing that for the past couple of weeks and like cleaning closets, cleaning out the basement, like and moving a picture from one room to another room, or a piece of furniture that was in one place for years is now in a different spot. It really makes a difference.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. Buy myself
And-
a new outfit.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
feeling a
feel
little
like that
safer.
that is the case too, is just, and it's also spring that kind of makes us feel a little bit like we're
Yeah,
a little bit of a restart, which
I
can be
agree. I
very helpful.
agree. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I love spring because there's so much activity in the earth, so much blossoming and kind of popping and color and scent. There is pollen, but that gives us good sort of grist for the bill as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's, as we look at different ways that we're looking, as we're
Mhm.
planning how things will change,
Yeah.
um, it's good timing. When the theme for mixing it up, it's good timing, because I think some people are more ready than others. But I'm
Yeah.
into a, a gradual transition back to something new, hopefully, rather than where we were, maybe
Yeah.
something new.
Yeah. Yep. Definitely.
Mm.
Yeah, well, I want to just thank everybody for joining this morning, and wish you a good day. The sun, as Suzanne said, at least it's out here. I'm in Western Mass, Central Western Mass. And yeah, just it feels good, and enjoy the weekend.
Yeah, and we'll see you back next week. We'll have Christine O'Shaughnessy here on
Great.
Tuesday, so at 8:30. So again, thank you for joining and for practicing with us. It always makes our day to have a nice group together.
Yeah.
And we will see you on Tuesday of next week.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, and have a good rest of your day.
Thanks, everyone.